Child of God, don't scroll. This is your word. God is shifting something in your life right now. What felt delayed, denied, or forgotten is being realigned in your favor. You've cried, you've prayed, you've asked God, when is it my turn? And heaven is responding with one word, now. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. You may still see storms, but spiritually, the clouds are breaking. You may still feel resistance, but the shift has already begun. This is not just a motivational moment. This is divine timing. God doesn't need years to turn your life around. He just needs your yes. The shift doesn't happen when everything looks perfect. It begins the moment you choose faith over fear. For everything, there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1. And this is your season of movement. Here's the truth. You can't stay stuck in survival mode when God is calling you into overflow. You can't keep speaking death over a life He's breathing on. What didn't work in the last season will work now because the timing has shifted. God is repositioning you, redirecting you, releasing you. The Lord will restore the years the locusts have eaten. Joel 2:25. Everything you thought was wasted is part of your comeback. Don't sleep on this shift. You've been hidden, but now you're about to be revealed. You've been overlooked, but now your name is being mentioned. The doors that were locked are being commanded to open. So what do you do now? Stand up, speak life, move in faith. Don't wait for the perfect moment. This is the perfect moment. Say it out loud. My season has shifted. I walk in divine timing. What God has for me starts now. Chapter 1. You've outgrown that season, child of God. This is why it stopped working. Not because you failed, not because God forgot you, but because you outgrew it. The connections that faded, the doors that shut, the plans that crumbled. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God is shifting you because you no longer fit where you used to be. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. But when I became a man, I gave up childish ways. 1 Corinthians 13:11. You're growing, and growth requires separation. You've been trying to revive a season that God has already exited. That's why your spirit feels restless. That's why your prayers feel different, because you're being called higher. Stop asking God to bless what He's trying to move you out of. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Isaiah 43:18. The shift begins when you release what's behind you. You can't carry old mindsets into new miracles. You can't walk in overflow while still operating in survival. This new season requires a new version of you, one that's not afraid to let go, to level up, and to walk away from what no longer serves your purpose. You've outgrown old habits, fear-based thinking, environments that keep you small, relationships that only loved the old you. Enlarge the place of your tent. Stretch out. Isaiah 54:2. God is making room for more, but you have to stretch. Stretch in faith. Stretch in obedience. Stretch in how you speak, pray, and believe. This is your shift point. And here's the truth. The discomfort you're feeling isn't a sign to go back. It's proof that growth is happening. Say this out loud. I've outgrown my old season. I am stretching into new territory. My shift has already begun. Chapter 2. The exit is the entrance. Child of God. That closed door wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You didn't lose the opportunity. God led you out of it. And what felt like the end was actually the entrance into your next assignment. They went out, not knowing where they were going. By faith, Hebrews 11:8. Exits feel scary when you don't yet see the new door, but faith walks anyway. Sometimes God has to shut it down to push you forward, because if it stayed open, you would have stayed comfortable, safe, settled. And God didn't call you to comfort, He called you to purpose. You prayed for elevation, you asked for breakthrough, but you didn't realize that answered prayers often look like exits before they look like upgrades. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out to bring you in. Deuteronomy 6:23. God never brings you out of something without preparing to bring you into something greater. Yes, the transition is uncomfortable. Yes, it's tempting to go back to what's familiar, but the exit was necessary, because what's coming can't fit through the old door. Don't mourn the job, the relationship, the opportunity, or the plan that ended. That door closed because it wasn't big enough to carry the version of you that God is calling forward. The righteous will live by faith. Romans 1:17. This next season is accessed by trust, not logic. Stop staring at the door that's shut. Turn and see the entrance God has already unlocked. This is your confirmation. That wasn't a failure. That was a finish line. That wasn't a loss. That was a launch. Say it out loud. That exit was my entrance. God is shifting me forward. I trust His path, even when I don't see the full picture. Beloved, your shift is still in motion. But this time, you won't have to force anything. The right doors will open on their own because God is already ahead of you. Chapter 3. Shift your mindset. Shift your season. Child of God. Your season won't fully shift until your mind does. God can open the door, but if your thinking is still locked in the past, you'll miss what He's doing now. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. New seasons require new thoughts. You cannot step into divine increase with a survival mindset. You can't walk in purpose while speaking like a prisoner. God is shifting your environment, but He's also demanding a shift in your perspective. Stop saying, "I don't deserve this. I'm not ready. Nothing ever works for me." Every time you speak like a victim, you resist the victory God already gave you. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. Your life will always follow the direction of your thoughts. You've been praying for a shift, but God is saying, "I'm waiting for your mindset to match your miracle." If you want to see new fruit, you have to plant new thoughts. Speak life. Think big. Expect good things. Stop bracing for disappointment. Start preparing for overflow. You are not who you used to be, so stop thinking like who you used to be. Forget the former things. I am doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:18-19. And the first place He's doing it is in your mind. God's promises haven't changed, but your perception needs to catch up. You're not behind. You're being realigned. And it starts with what you believe about God, about this season, and about you. Declare this right now. My mind is renewed. I break agreement with fear, lack, and limitation. I think like a child of God, bold, expectant, and unstoppable. Beloved, if you can shift your thoughts, you'll shift your life. The breakthrough isn't just around you, it's also within you. Chapter 4. Stop resisting the stretch. Beloved child of God, every shift comes with a stretch. It's uncomfortable because God is expanding your capacity. The pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. For I know the plans I have for you, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. But that future requires growth beyond your comfort zone. Don't shrink back when God asks more of you. Don't resist change because it feels unfamiliar or hard. Strengthen yourself and do the work. Ezra 10:4. The breakthrough comes through the breakthrough moments. Growth stretches your faith, sharpens your character, and prepares you for promotion. Remember, the caterpillar's cocoon is tight and dark, but it's necessary for transformation into a butterfly. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31. When you lean into God in the stretch, He renews your strength to soar higher. Declare today, I embrace the stretch. I refuse to resist what God is doing in me. My season is shifting, and I am ready to rise, beloved. Stop fighting the process. Stretch marks are signs of growth, not failure. Chapter 5. Align your actions with your season. Beloved child of God, your season is shifting, but the shift requires action. God moves powerfully, but He partners with those who move with Him. Faith without works is dead. James 2:26. Your faith activates through obedient steps. Don't wait for perfect conditions or a clear sign to start moving. The breakthrough you desire comes when you begin to walk, even if the path looks uncertain. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm 37:5. Commit your actions to God and watch Him establish your steps. The old season's habits won't produce new results. It's time to shed what no longer serves you. Fear, procrastination, doubt, and walk boldly toward your destiny. Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men. Colossians 3:23. Work with purpose and excellence. God honors diligent hands. Remember, your shift is both spiritual and practical. Align your daily choices with the vision God has placed in your heart. Declare today, I move in faith. I take action aligned with God's timing. My season is shifting, and I am stepping into my breakthrough, beloved. God's promises are active. Your move activates your miracle. Chapter 6. Speak your shift into existence. Beloved child of God, your words are powerful. They have creative force. If your season is shifting, then your speech must align with that shift. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. What you say either builds your breakthrough or blocks it. Stop confessing limitation, struggle, or delay. Stop speaking as though your breakthrough is far away. The Lord will give strength to His people. The Lord will bless His people with peace. Psalm 29:11. Speak strength, favor, and peace over your life and season. Declare boldly, my season is shifting now. I release breakthrough, increase, and divine favor in every area of my life. Faith-filled words align your spirit with God's promises and position you to receive. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us and establish the work of our hands. Psalm 90:17. Your spoken faith activates God's favor in your life. Beloved, don't wait for circumstances to change before you speak. Speak your shift into existence today. Declare, I am shifting into my God-ordained season. My words create my reality. I walk in victory and increase. Your tongue is your greatest weapon. Use it wisely and watch your season change. Chapter 7. Trust the process. Embrace the promise. Beloved child of God, your season is shifting, but remember, God's timing is perfect. Not early, not late, but right on time. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Trust God's process, even when you can't see the full picture. Do not grow weary or lose heart. Keep your eyes on the promise, not the problem. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Isaiah 40:31. Patience fuels strength for the journey ahead. Declare boldly, I trust God's perfect timing. I embrace the process, knowing my season is shifting in divine order. Beloved, your breakthrough is coming. Stay faithful, keep pressing forward, and watch God's promises unfold. Beloved child of God, the wait is over. Your season is shifting now. God is moving on your behalf, opening doors no one can close. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Declare with boldness, I step into my new season with faith and confidence. I release the old and embrace God's divine plan for my life. Increase, favor, and breakthrough flow to me now. Remember, God's promises are sure, His timing perfect. Stay diligent, speak life, and walk in obedience. Your season is not delayed. It's shifting right now. Stand firm, keep the faith, and watch as God multiplies your efforts and blessings. You are chosen, favored, and unstoppable. Your season is shifting. Receive it today.